everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And I'm back here again today on a Friday, and of course that means we've got another episode of Fan Mail Friday for you. And today's episode I am super psyched for because it is all real Ghostbusters items, more importantly, custom real Ghostbusters items. Now if you follow any of the Ghostbusters News social media feeds, mainly our Instagram feed, there's a high chance that you've probably seen all of these items already before, but I thought we'd revisit them in video form. Now all the items we're going to be taking a look at today was made by Tom's Geeky Garage. He's actually on YouTube. I certainly suggest checking out his channel for more videos because he makes some amazing stuff, and best yet, recently he started sharing STL 3D print files, meaning that if you got a 3D printer, you can replicate a lot of the really cool items he custom makes. Now a quick disclaimer, the items we're going to be taking a look at today, they are not mass produced. So if you want one of these, you're going to be SOL. Don't reach out to Tom from Tom's Geeky Garage. He can't make them for you. A lot of these items are using pretty much the same molds as like the old school Kenner figures and such like that. So legally he can't make them. So once again, these are one-offs, they're rarities, so I certainly thank Tom for sending them in to the Ghostbusters News headquarters for display purposes. So Tom did send me a whole box of goodies, and let me dive in first to, well, really the biggest item in the box, and that is this upscaled Egon Spengler figure. And when I say upscaled, I mean this guy clocks in at a whopping 7 inches tall. In fact, let's do a quick comparison between the upscaled Egon Spengler figure and original Kenner figure. Now what I believe Tom did here is he took an insane amount of photos of the original Kenner figure from like all different angles, fed them into a program, they spit out like a 3D model, and then from there he went in and cleaned up said model. And not only did he do that with the Egon Spengler figure, he also did that, of course, with the Proton Pack as well. Of course, the Proton Pack is painted that old school Kenner blue. We got the yellow wire connecting the pack to the actual wand, and of course we've got the Proton Stream. And articulation is dead on to the old school Kenner figures. I mean, really, they had 5 points of articulation. I mean, you know, the head moved back and forth, the arms moved up and down, the legs moved up and down. That was pretty much it with the old school Kenner figures, and it holds true here with this 3D print, this upscaled 3D print. Really the only areas that this figure is different from the original one is it doesn't have the No Ghost logo on the arm. I don't really care about that. And also the actual beam here on the Proton wand, it's actually not turnable. You can't actually, like, this doesn't turn whatsoever. And the actual beam is like its own separate piece that you can actually detach there. But I don't really care about those things because I wanted it for a display piece. I mean, obviously I like to display my Ghostbusters collection, and once I saw this, like for the first time, I was pretty smitten with it. I love the look of this thing. Another cool little feature of this figure is the wand is also dismountable, so you can actually detach it from the Proton Pack. It looks phenomenal. I am so over the moon, like excited and happy to add this into the collection. Once again, makes a heck of a display piece. Also zooming on the face, this thing has been hand painted. We got the blonde hair, blonde eyebrows, blue eyes, and of course the red and white glasses. Now another cool thing that Tom sent me was all of these parts. They're a small 3D resin kit of Egon Spengler. And when I say small, I mean this kit will make a 3-inch Egon Spengler figure from the Real Ghostbusters. That pretty much sizes them up with like old school G.I. Joe action figures. In fact, if you actually want to check out one of these 3-inch Egon Spengler figures being built, I do recommend heading on over to Tom's Geeky Garage here on YouTube, because he does have an entire video showcasing the build process, the paint process. I mean, this thing looks fantastic. Now, if you couldn't tell, we got kind of a theme going on here. I mean, we started with a 7-inch Egon Spengler, we moved down to a 3-inch Egon Spengler, but now how about just micro real Ghostbusters figures? Now, I've featured these before, but I thought it'd be worth giving them another look, because really I think these are absolutely incredible. Tiny, miniature, micro real Ghostbuster figures. We got Egon, we got Ray, Peter, and Winston. They come complete with their Proton Pack with distinctive colored Proton Stream, and also their unique Ghost as well. And not only did Tom recreate the real Ghostbuster figures in such a small scale, I mean, obviously, you guys can see it. One of the biggest selling points here as well is the fact he recreated the old school Kenner packaging, featuring that beautiful Kenner art on the front of each package, and turning them around to the back, of course, we got the back of the cards as well. In fact, let's do a quick comparison right now between the miniature Egon Spengler figure and Kenner, well, I mean Hasbro's recent Real Ghostbusters Kenner Classics figure. Like seriously, I love the look of these. I know a couple months ago when Tom posted these on the Tom's Geeky Garage Facebook page, like this post kind of blew up, people went crazy for it. I can understand why. I mean, these like creations look incredible. Alright, so let me give everybody out there a bit of a history lesson. In the early 90s, the Real Ghostbusters, well, I mean, they were losing a lot of momentum, a lot of steam, and they had one figure line that was planned near the end called Backpack Heroes that never saw the light of day. These figures looked really, really cool. They had unique colors to the flight suit. They had the No Ghost logo right across the chest. And they had proton packs that actually worked as containment units. And the gimmick with these figures was there was going to be a ghost inside each containment unit backpack that would shoot out of the top via mechanism inside the proton pack. Now for years I've always wanted to own these figures, but of course once again they never came out. So like I've been searching, I've been trying to find prototypes or something. Like I love the look of these, so I am so happy to actually add this once again into the collection. Made by Tom from Tom's Geeky Garage. This is a custom Egon Spengler Backpack Heroes figure. Now the figure itself is really just a repaint of one of the old school original Egon Spengler figures, so this has not been like custom 3D printed when it comes to the actual core figure. But of course he has been repainted. We got that red and white design there with once again the No Ghost logo kind of like on his chest going down to his stomach right there. But where this figure does actually feature something new, something unique, something 3D printed is of course, as you can see right there, we've got one of those containment unit backpacks. Now Tom did take liberties when it comes to the actual design of the backpack because, well, we were never shown what it was supposed to look like. So it's hard to really say like how well of a job he did on it, but I will say like this matches like Kenner style perfectly. And remember when I told you that the whole gimmick with these figures was there was a ghost inside that containment unit backpack and it would pop out and, you know, kind of scare the Ghostbuster, at least that was the idea. Well, you'll see like a little green flag right here on the side of the pack there. You take that, you move it up, and then check this out. And yes, even the ghost has been recreated like really, really well, especially when you consider or like compare him to the image that we saw, you know, back in the early 90s. The only big change up when it comes to like this ghost and like the one in that ad, I'm pretty sure when he like jumps out, like in, well, at least the planned toy, the arms were supposed to lower. They don't lower here, but once again, I knew that before I received them. I'm totally cool with that. And I really wanted this piece as a display piece. And the fact that this is like just like a very early prototype, I know Tom, once again from Tom's Geeky Garage, he's going to be working on a more, you know, updated one that kind of works more like they're intended to. But for what it is, as a collector, as somebody who really just has his figures on display, I love this. I think it looks amazing. Oh, and before I forget, let's also touch on the wand here as well. Because from what we saw in that advertisement, it's been recreated like to a T. Of course, we didn't see the whole thing in that advertisement, so liberties have been taken. But we got tons of like little knobs. We got the No Ghost logo there on the one side. Oh man, this just looks so, so good. I love this. Love, love, love this. Now, as I've said, I do want to give everybody out there a quick reminder that none of these items are for sale whatsoever. These are like one-offs from, once again, Tom's Geeky Garage, that I was lucky enough to receive there. So don't think he's going out and he's reselling these or anything like that. That would not be a legal thing to do because a lot of these are using the old school like Kenner molds and such. So he's not doing any of that whatsoever. So if you're looking to buy these figures, don't hit him up because he's not going to make them for you. He's not going to sell them for you. But once again, I would suggest checking out his YouTube channel, Tom's Geeky Garage, because he is uploading a lot of free STL files that you can download and then 3D print a lot of his upcoming projects. So once again, I certainly recommend checking that out right now. And that does it for this installment of Fan Mail Friday. As always, if you have anything you'd like to send into the Ghostbusters News headquarters for Fan Mail Friday, you can find our address right down below in the description. As always, if you'd like to help out Ghostbusters News, support the channel, we do have a Patreon page, link for that also down below in the description. And that's it. That is all. I will see everybody right back here next time. Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube.